Thank you for joining. Last Benzico, thank you. Andy,
Brother Masipala, Makine, Sika, Kiweli, Sigiru, Basabo. Yes, your man, yes, in a madam, Makiwel and the Gaby. Imanabu Kaga, Makiwa, yes, and Yelu, and you do only a carol.
Thank you. Nice, hey, Michael Onyedika, you're welcome. Thank you too. Kingsley, okay. Thank you, Benjamin Chikaude, thank you. Michael, thank you.
Ndom sina chuku, akarakam sina chuku, naburu Victoria Wankwa. Ndom sina chuku, akarakam sina chuku, naburu Victoria Wankwa. Afamolugo, ndembya kene nambole koloni wepugo. Omi mole kene nembe kene nambure kurunu wepugo nama. Ayala wala na la ke chuku kwera inankwa. Ayala wala Chupu Kasiranye Alabiafra Obatoma Bayabiam Sicily Obatoma Omubiafra Chinyere Weruge Chinyere Hawe Chigidala Hemere Mebu.
All right. Thank you. It is getting late, so let me just quickly hit it. Why I actually came out tonight. You know, there is this post I saw from the area fathers page, and that's why I titled this 70 years old man. I used to think wisdom is associated with old age. And then there's another video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we're going to look into. And that's why I said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, evergreen, 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 evergreen. I'll get it. Now let's cut to the chase right now. And let me quickly, maybe I'll bring the video first from the page of Area Father. And then I will bring the write-up that made me give the title. Let's go there. Yeah.
To allow us.
Shut up. All right. There is this this Fulani boy that is on TikTok. The boy is on TikTok and he's always dropping videos here and there. And trying to do damage control for these land grabbers you call Fulanis. He always tried to do damage control for them, and then he released this video. Now let's listen to the video. Hope he's going to be playing. I hope so.
Wait, so did you know that 95% of the Fulanis that you are seeing in your village, we always used to pay your traditional rulers before we landed into your village? But some of you guys don't know anything about it. But seriously, any Fulani that you can see in your village, or any Fulani that can spend like 1 to 3 or 5 months in your village, I see it to go. They used to pay your traditional rulers. So we used to pay them money before they would allow us to stay like 1 to 3 months in their places. But if like we just pass, they will not collect them. But if we will come and spend like 3 to 4 months, we must pay them. So I know some of you guys don't know about it. So we used to pay your traditional rulers. Serious about. I see so many people are saying we are going around with in the bushes that we did not own. Which I say we used to pay for it. Ask your traditional rulers. I swear we used to pay them. If we will spend like 1 to 2 to 3 months, we'll go and find them. We'll give them money, they'll collect. Before we will stay. So stop saying we are going around with our cows in your bushes and we're not giving you guys anything, which it is wrong. We are paying, I say.
All right. The boy is telling those that care to listen that they normally pay for the forest or the bushes where they stay, and they pay to the traditional leaders of every of the villages, which is true anyway. It's true. What he's saying is true. They do. And that's why most of those community leaders, those traditional leaders, they have a lot of questions to answer. Yes. Right now, we are going to be visiting them with Holy Communion, one after the other, because they collect money from these Fulani people and give them, our sacred lands and our holy land. They gave it to them, and then they allow them to do all manner of nonsense. And now, even when they paid for the land, maybe where they are staying in the bushes, ask them, did you pay them to give you permission to go and start raping and start buying old people, or start eating up the food planted in the farms? Yeah, is that also what you paid for? Except if that is what they agreed with those village criminal chiefs, you know, all those APC and PDP chiefs that are going to hear from us. They're going to hear from us eventually. Yeah, I don't know why is it that when I'm live, I don't know. Let me see. It might be updates. Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm live. I'm live on a broadcast. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to pick some of these calls that call because it might even be an update that is coming that I need to, you know, say something about. So you never can tell. So that's why I try to address. Yeah, I try to address it. I know somebody's saying what this man is saying is true. I know that what he's saying is true. I know. Yeah, I know what he's saying most of the time is true because most of all these village elders, criminals, they have collected money from all these Fulani and even from the APC government and all those. Like Mba, what Mba is doing now in Enugu, Mba have collected money and then he will send them. There's a story I just heard now. I don't know, you know, how far Mba had gone in those neighboring villages to Ehamufu. He has collected money and now he has told the Fulani people that they can go in there and do whatever. Of which all you Fulani, you're better listening to us and know that Peter Mba is illegitimate in Biafra land. Any of these governors are illegitimate. And all these any chief or any village ruler that you give money and they tell you go into the forest and stay, I am sorry for you, because if we catch you in that forest, you will regret you were ever born. You know, right now, the only forest guards we have are the Biafran Liberation Army and the Biafra Resistance Forces. Yes, they are the ones that, you know, go through our farmland and all our bushes and to protect it. And this is also one of the reasons why I am here, to correct the narrative or the impression of the area father, or the one the pig in the creek called 70 years old man. You know, the truth is that let me take this video out. Maybe somebody else might want to visit it later if I have the time to put the link. What actually brought me here is this write-up from Charlie Boy, the one you call the area father, the one that you also could refer to as the 70 years old man. Now, I thought that wisdom is associated with old age, but I never knew that some old people are not wise at all. This man is over 70 years old, and he was there when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu formed ESN. He was there when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, and all those while he has never supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has said one or two things against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then he was there when these criminals who are now, you know, what do you call it? Who are now, what is this English word? English keep disappearing. All these criminals who are now impersonating and calling themselves ESN. They are impersonating and calling themselves ESN. And this man is aware that as far as Biafra land is concerned, there is nothing like ESN. He's aware, and he doesn't ever want to come out and admit that there is a government in charge of Biafra land. These are the same people that supported P2B, the same people that are believing in one Nigeria, the same people that believe in the authorities of these criminals, and the same people that have heard the Senate president affirm and confirm again and again that there is only one authority, and the real governor of Southeast, where they call Southeast, which we all know is Biafra land, that the real governor is Simon Ekpa. And this 70 years old man, he knows very well. I'll play this for him.
The governor of the state himself obeys the sit at home on Monday. And then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home. And government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
So 70 years old man, you are aware and you have heard it. And not only have you heard it, you have seen And any way they try to debunk, Simon Ekpa is nobody. Every instruction he gives is always being carried out to the letter. To the letter. Even though you know all that and you know that there is no ESN, after you posted this video on your platform, you now started writing this you wrote. And let me read what he wrote here. He said, listen to this Fulani boy, that video I played before. This is one of the challenges ESN. Now, he said, this is one of the challenges ESN has in combating Fulani herdsmen terrorist activities in Biafra land. Wow. Wow. Well, I don't want to go very harsh on him because at least he has acknowledged that there is Biafra land. Oh my goodness me. You know, with their superior who said that Biafra is dead, you know, I am very sure that when they see this, they might disown him. But one thing I came to correct tonight is this ESN hashtag everywhere in this his write-up. You understand? So if you choose to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you choose to obey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you should be able to follow the trend of events. You should be able to follow the trend of event. You should be able to follow it chronologically. Everything that has been happening from the beginning, from the inception up till now, you have to follow it chronologically. You cannot just jump in because now you want to say you are admitting now that it is Biafra land and that there is ESN. After all, when ESN was established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of you never accepted it. All of you kicked against it. All of you never wanted it. When Peter Obi was going about saying that he had to stop IPOB, he did everything to stop Biafra agitation, and that he will do it again, you all went ahead to support Peter Obi. Peter Obi, the same man that made sure that Biafra agitators in the name of Mashob were massacred and were tied and their bodies thrown into Izu River. You know, Peter Obi did all this. Yet you supported him. Okay, we can forgive you for that. Maybe we can say out of ignorance or out of foolishness. But now, an old 70 years old man, you are trying to gain wisdom. But if you are gaining wisdom, gain it properly. There is nothing like ESN in Biafra land. Because you must have seen the video of which the video is not handy with me right now, where Chike Dozie, the criminal, you know, impostor that is posing himself as a leadership. When he came out to say that they handed ESN over to the governors and they closed the camps. Chidas and one Satan coming on Radio Biafra every now and then to say that ESN should go back home. Even as much as recently, they even came out and said ESN are no longer in camps, that they are now operating from their homes. Yes. So for you to know that there is nothing like ESN. There are armies in Biafra land, in their numbers, in their thousands. Armies of Biafra. They are called Biafra Liberation Army. And they have general. The general of generals, General Butuso, is the general of all generals. And we have high-ranking commanders and generals also that are under Butuso, the general of all generals. We have Gentle the giant. We have him. And we have Holy Ghost and the rest of them. These are all armies, generals under the command of the invincible general Butuso himself. The general of the Biafra Liberation Army and the general of the Biafra Resistance Fighters. It is not ESN. So if you choose to follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you choose to believe that Biafra land should be safe, then this your hashtag should be deleted. There is no ESN. And that is why you see all this criminal army, they go to Biafra land, when they ransack some places, and they come out and say, ESN was dislodged, ESN was this, and they will show a cracker cloth, and some chakapun gun, and they will show some red bullet, and they say, ESN. Go and ask Ape Nwa Mama, area father, go and ask Ape Nwa Mama, as recently as a few days, he saw these armies, the armies of heaven, the armies of Biafra. He saw them, and he said he saw them and he gave up on Nigeria completely and he said Biafra is here. And if we have and they are not going after cows. Biafra Liberation Army are not going after cows. They are going after terrorists. And any terrorists are posed as herdsmen, they go after them and they sniff them out. So this write-up of yours, this is one of the challenges ESN has in combating Fulani herdsmen terrorist activities in Biafra land. That is why in most communities, before ESN could respond to Fulani attacks, some community leaders will invite military to confront ESN. These have happened before in the past, yes, it has been happening. But right now, we don't have ESN anymore. No ESN. So anybody telling you we are ESN, this and that, they're all criminals. They are criminals. So you, Zoological Republic, you must know that Biafra have a commanding force, army. We have an array of armies everywhere in Biafra land. And it continues. That is how to show you that our problems are internal. Therefore, we're asking ESN. Don't ask ESN. When you say you are asking ESN, it means that you are still not aware or you are in complete oblivion that ESN is extinct. What we have is Biafra Liberation Army. ESN is no longer there. He said, and I said, therefore, when asking ESN to come for a rescue mission in your village, ask if your kingsmen have collected money from Fulani herdsmen. Also ask your traditional rulers, because sooner or later, those in-house saboteurs bringing in Fulani herdsmen into our communities will be treated as conspirators of marauding Fulani herdsmen. Now, it means that you are now surrendering and submitting to the Biafran government. So, because with this write-up, I want to put it to you that you are not admitting that anyone that constitutes nuisance in Biafra land, anyone that poses as Fulani herdsmen will be and continue to do evil in Biafra land will have Biafra Liberation Army to contend with. Now, going forward, when next you post or you need to make a retracking of this post and let it be known that Biafra Liberation Army are in charge. Because when you are saying ESN, it means you are still paying attention to a bunch of criminals that are not, having Biafra interest at heart. Because if you really choose to have Biafra at heart and Biafra interest at heart, then you have to understand that there is a government, and that government is Biafra Republic government in exile, and we have a prime minister, and that prime minister is Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we have our army, and our army is called Biafra Liberation Army, or you call them Biafra Resistance Fighters. This is exactly what I want to correct you on, so that going forward you don't make mistake. So ignorance will not be allowed. So you might be ignorant of that. So I have come to correct you on that. I've come to correct you on that. So going forward, you are welcome if actually you have chosen to understand. You have chosen to understand that Biafra is in charge and that Fulani herdsmen that are terrorists posing as herdsmen should be very careful, because a formidable force, a very powerful army will visit them, and when that happens, they will never survive it. Thank you very much, and I will go to the video of the night. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, EverGreen, our leader, Onyendu himself, EverGreen. So let me get that video of my leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then we will treat that. All right, let's go. Okay, Onyuku, let us get this video. So if you have not shared it, please make sure you share. So I didn't come to attack area father. I didn't come to attack him. I just came to correct so that he will understand. Because I am very sure that after posting that thing, those criminals that have been paid to be attacking our prime minister will, clamp on it and take it, and they will feel they have scored a goal, and they will begin to go about area father is supporting ESN, area father. Yeah. So I believe that you are wise. So Biafra Liberation Army is the one in charge. There is no ESN. Ask them, where have they been? How can you say you have ESN and you say they are operating from their homes? You ask them to surrender their weapons, and they surrender their weapons to the zoo governors. Yes, the zoo governors. They surrender their weapons to the zoo governors, and they close their camps. And they still tell you that there's ESN. It's a lie. There's no ESN. All right, let's pay attention to this video, and then we move.
And I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me, first to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And,
did you hear that? He said they sent Ojus Okano to come to him. In fact, what I need to do is just allow this video to play. You play it all, they will come back and do the analysis. That's what I should do. So let me just allow it to play so that it will sink in, and then I'll do the analysis and probably put a link. One or two people will come in, and then we'll treat it, and then we'll close the night.
And I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me, first to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president, anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife. You better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want. And I said no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria, or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Sibaga tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually. And Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Niawode in his house. We sat down, had lunch together. And I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Nwode very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you what I'm doing is fact, ask him. Somebody asked him that you people are being called to Aso Rock because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Aso Rock? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabese. They said, oh, but Premad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government House, the former DSS director came with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in Government House in Enugu. I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency. Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain this very effort we're making? So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu, Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asorok, if your friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said.
And that's what will happen.
And you know what another thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going to that we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of us, and to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Hanese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the US government been to Enugu? They go to Ohanese. I saw, I don't want to say. They went to Ohanese and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. Miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join IPOB to do Biafra, isn't it? Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? No. And you want me to work with these people? It's not going to work. I say, and I'm attached to everything I do, I say it in the open. Not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them every time they contributed to IPOB will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, in as much as I'm concerned, because I know what I've committed to this very movement. Not that I'll become Biafra president, no, so that I can take Nemeka and Nnabikem back to the land of his ancestors, to that same land that Chukwukabiyama said you people must be here. And then my wife, Mariano, I'm fighting for Biafra that we may be free. Thank you.
Wow. 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 All right. I'm going to play it again from the top, but before then, Let me put link if there, in case there's anybody that after listening to it, there is something you have to say, you come up. But after I finish the analysis, except if there are updates, otherwise I will not. What is happening here? No. Okay, no. I want to play this. Okay. I want to put up the link. Okay, so try to put up the link. All right, let's go back and play it for deeper and quick analysis.
And I said, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, and I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately. I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me. First to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president, anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want. And I said, no.
Now you're listening, he's talking about the people you once called Southeast politicians, whom already we have given a vote of no confidence, who already, as far as Biafra land is concerned, are illegitimate. Yes, I mean it to the letter. Illegitimate. Soludo is illegitimate. Mba is illegitimate. Hope Uzodema is illegitimate. The Ebonyi governor is illegitimate. Alex Oti is illegitimate. All the senators you have in Biafra land that say they are representing any constituency, all of them from A to Z, they are all illegitimate. You know why? We have given them all a vote of no confidence. It is very important. It was very important we did, because if not, you will not appreciate what Mazin Namkan is saying here. Because what Mazin Namkan is saying here is that they all came and they were sent to us, Okano was sent, and then he gave them conditions. He gave them conditions. What was the conditions he gave them? Listen carefully. You are going to hear him say it. Repeat it again. So let me listen again to that.
First to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death.
They tried to use the parents to beguile him, to draw him to succumb to one Nigeria. The parents told them, the criminal politicians, that where their son, Mazin Namdekano, stand is where they stand, either in life or in death. What a parents. No wonder I am convinced that they are right now at the right hand of the Father. If there's anything like heaven, that's exactly where they are.
And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president, anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison.
They came to meet him in prison and told him, we will even make you vice president, whatever you want. You have a very beautiful wife. You can imagine if he had succumbed to their nonsensical nonsense, you can imagine what Delilah would have done to him by now. You can imagine what Delilah would have done to him by now. You see the activities of Delilah now, and then you see that Chukwuokike Abiama have always saved this man. His consistency has saved him. They promised him, they said, you have a beautiful wife, you go and enjoy yourself instead of being in prison. So if they could meet him then, even in prison, you can imagine, he didn't say long, like he has said now. You can imagine what they have been doing ever since to him in this DSS dungeon. In this second time they have kidnapped him. You can imagine what they are doing to him. If this was, he's talking about the first time they arrested him. That first time. Not now that they kidnapped him. So you can imagine that they have done even more. They have tried to convince him even more these days that they kidnapped him and they left him in the dungeon. That is why you see him every time coming out with that white clothes to show the whole world that he is whiter than white and is whiter than snow.
Wow. Anything you want. And I said, no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra.
He told them from that time that what I want is referendum. Let the people choose where they want. Let them choose. And they refused to grant that referendum. They refused. But we never knew that there was a time properly arranged and waiting to be, executed by Chukwuokike Abiama. We never knew that even a referendum is not something that we must wait to be approved, because nobody approved that one of Finland. Who approved it? Nobody. They took the signatures by themselves and they sent representative to Russia. Nobody approved them. And that is why today we are going the way, that you see Finland went and other nations went. That's the same way we are going. We are having our delegates coming to Finland. We are going to sign our signatures and we are going to win. We are going to send it, all the signatures, we'll send them to United Nations, we'll send them to the Zoological Republic. We will confirm to them this is the signature Biafrans have signed, Biafrans are gone. You must validate it. If you don't validate it, do not near our territory. So you refuse to validate it peacefully and everybody go their own way, we mean that you are now triggering the act of war. And if you come to Biafra land, haven't seen the signatures of over 50 million Biafrans, and you come to Biafra land, you will have yourself to blame. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu years back have given them this condition, and they refuse. Now, they will no longer have any choice. If they refuse now, they'll be forced to agree by force, by fire. Let's go.
They said no. And Osibanjo tried to make contact.
Even Osibanjo, fake pastor Osibanjo tried to make contact. I have Igwe Cristiano. Is that you, Igwe Cristiano? Is that you, Igwe Cristiano? A nice one. First time. Okay, yeah. Let me allow you to speak. Let it not be that I will... Igwe Cristiano, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's hear you. Let's hear you before I continue to play it.
I just want to greet you, sir.
Ah, okay.
You are doing marvelous work, sir.
Thank you, Igwe Cristiano.
I just call it from Ebonyi State.
Ah, wow. Ohaku State.
Ohaku State, yes, sir.
Wow.
Thank you. Good work. I love you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You are blessed. Okay, just be safe, eh? Be safe wherever you are. Be safe. You are going to hear the good news very soon, okay?
Okay, so I love you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll move. Even fake pastor Osibanjo, Gagwa Obasanjo, Obasanjo, Gwakosi Banjo, na Biafra la. We have a caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Yes, are you calling for this program? Yes, yes, I'm on live, yeah. Yes. Okay. No, maybe you are watching the old one. I am on live now. You are watching the old program. I'm on another program. I'm live right now. Thank you. Right. Bless you too. Gagwo si banjo, osi banjo, gwakwa Obasanjo, na Biafra la. Gagwo si banjo, osi banjo, gwakwa Obasanjo, Biafra la. Gagwo si banjo, fake pastor, gwakwa Obasanjo, na Biafra la. Gagwo si banjo, fake pastor, gwakwa Obasanjo, na Biafra la. Sometimes when I'm doing these things, I'm singing, my wife will be looking at me, will say, what kind of a machine God is this? We are machine God to bring down the zoo. Osibanjo was nothing but a fake pastor. Fake pastor. You see somebody fighting for freedom, they locked him up in prison. Instead of you to speak justice and speak truth to power, you are going there to look for how you will bribe him. That is why all these things are the things that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw in that zoo. And he came out and told them, if you are going to church in Nigeria, from that church you are going to hell. He said it. And then Ucheme for the reason picked offense. You have not encountered what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu encountered. You have not seen what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw. You have not worn the shoe he wore. You have not put your leg, your footprints on the road he treaded. He has passed through. So do not try to behave like a moron when you see him take decisions that are for your own well-being. Or like today, every day the zoo are sending terrorists, are sending kidnappers to go and then kidnap or go and explode our prime minister. And Chukwu Kabiama is exposing and revealing all these things to him. He's revealing all these things to him, and then he will take decisions instead of you to listen and obey and follow him because he knows the way to your freedom. All you do is to try to oppose, see, find fault, talk nonsense. You pick offense because he told you that from that church, that your church, you will go to hellfire. And that was the truth. We said Osibanjo came. What did Osibanjo do? Let's listen to Onyen do.
Zoo or Biafra? They said no. And Osibanjo tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually. And Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Miyawoda in his house. We sat down, had lunch together. And I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Wodo very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody.
You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was so soft, he even gave them the option of, okay, go and bring us something. Ngodo came. They tried to use all these criminal Ohaneze. Ngodo came, he told him, Ngodo, go and bring something. Don't just come and be telling me lift the ban on the election, lift the boycott, because that time was the boycotting of election. Go to Abuja, tell them this is what the people want, not me. He's not fighting for himself. He's fighting for even him, the idiotic Ngodo, who today is completely irrelevant. Where is Nwodo? Nwodo is still alive, but nobody knows where he is. I have not seen him in the picture anymore. He has become completely, they have used him and they have dumped him and he's now useless. Tissue paper, rubbish. And how was it? Do you know where Nwodo is? I don't know. We don't know. They have used him. They have left him behind. Now listen, what did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu request? What is it that the people want? That he tell them, go and at least go and get me something. You cannot just come and tell me, stop this Biafra, or do not tell us not to go and vote. Stop this, stop this. You don't have anything to offer me. You are not giving me anything. You are only giving me word of mouth, which you have given for many, many years and many, many years. Mazi, let's hear.
He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you what I'm doing is fact asking.
Hey! You see the same Nwodo that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told, go there and bring me something. Do you know what Nwodo did? Nwodo went there and started negotiating for ministerial position for his son. Can you believe that? You see why we must push all these people, flush them all out of Biafra land. Any little opportunity they have to bring your case before the authorities, what do? They will bring their stomach first. They will bring their stomach first. They don't care about you because they are all dogs. All they care about is their stomach. They eat feces wherever they go. They eat rubbish wherever they go. Very useless set of people. He was negotiating for his own son. Biafra or Indigo doesn't concern him.
Got something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you what I'm doing is fact asking. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Asorok because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Asorok?
You see? So somebody now told Nwodo, you know, they think that we don't, just the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's ears was everywhere. The same way today, our Prime Minister, his ears are everywhere. When Tinubu leaves Asorok, our Prime Minister lives there and knows where he's going to. When he gets to Germany to meet with the German Chancellor, our President was there. Our Prime Minister, he's there. When he's telling the Prime Minister or the Chancellor of Germany, yes, Simon Ekpa is my problem. Can you help me talk to Finland? Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, got the wind of everything they discussed in the Chancellor's office. The same way, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they told Nwodo, you people were invited to Asorok because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you even tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you are in Asorok on his behalf? Yeah? Bunch of criminals.
Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Asorok because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Asorok?
Okay.
He said it is for Igbo leaders.
Hey!
And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them.
You see, once the leaders knew that they had nothing to do with IPOB, in fact, they are useless people, you know, negotiating with them is nothing because they don't even care to negotiate. They give them transport money and pursue them. And what it means is that the leaders or the authorities will never do anything, will never make any changes. Even the ministerial position the idiot was looking for, he did not get. They gave them 5 million and drove them away. That's why today you see they are completely irrelevant. Useless non-entities. That's what they are.
Hadn't Nwodo remained with me?
Hey!
When the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabese. They said, oh, but Nwodo, Soludo, Ebremad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government house, the former DSS director came with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in the government house in Enugu.
I don't know why they always gather in Enugu to concoct and conjure this evil and wickedness in Enugu. Government house in Enugu. The same place they bundled Ejima for and went and told him, go and convince everybody that the letter was written by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The same place the governors gathered recently and said, we are discussing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And Obasanjo told them that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case was not our discussion. Enugu. They came there and they even came with bags of money in hard currency to bribe Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Bags of money. He rejected it. Consistency is the key. He rejected it.
I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency.
Wow. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying something very important here. He said that the reason he rejected them, it is not because he wants to make Biafra a monopoly. It's not because he wants to make it a monopoly. It's not because he wants to be the only cock that is crowing. No, but because of consistency. He had to be consistent. And because of his consistency, that is why it looks as if he was the only cock that was crowing. Because he was the only one that is consistent. It's just like today. After he has recommended our prime minister remained consistent and continue to maintain the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it will always appear, which is how it is actually, that he is the only cock crowing. Yes, he is the only cock crowing. Why? Because he is the only one that appears to be ruthlessly consistent. Ruthlessly consistent without fear or favor, without looking the eyes of the enemy. He will look you eyeball to eyeball and tell you, this Biafra, I must have it. If I don't get Biafra, we'll all buy. You are complaining that water is everywhere on social media. I will increase the water and put the pictures there. You have killed us enough. I will not allow you to kill any other Biafrans, not under my watch. Ruthless and brutal consistency. That was how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was able to gain the confidence of every Biafran. In the same way, our Prime Minister have gained even much more the confidence of Biafrans. Why today you can see over 50 million have voted in a referendum. Go and check everywhere. Self-referendum. If America does a self-referendum today, I can bet you they will not be able to get up to our numbers. Self-referendum. You know how long it took Britain to even agree to do one referendum for Scotland that failed? Up and down, left and right, this, that. But today, Biafrans simply went to the polls gradually under the command of our Prime Minister because he's consistent, because he's truthful, because he's a straightforward man, and everybody listens to him.
Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to say no? Because of consistency. Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain this very effort we're making? So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open war report, open e-watcher.
Listen to the conditions he gave them all. He was even giving them chance. He was even negotiating with them. And these conditions he gave them were conditions that if they had met these conditions without any obstruction, if they had met it, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu would not have had any reason to continue with Biafra agitation. If they had met this condition, very simple condition. People that could not meet this condition, are they the people you want to trust and continue to believe that one day you have a new Nigeria? You are pathetic. Listen to the conditions from top now.
So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet.
Never.
Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will.
Now, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport, open Warri Seaport. These places he's asking them to open. they are not places that it is impossible to open seaports. You can even give the expenses or the responsibility to the owners of the seaport, to the people in whose location the seaport is, and tell them, okay, we give you permission, open your seaport. Just give that permission, and you see how they would have, formidably and, structurally and fantastically structured and built seaports that will be in the world class, in world standard, that will even beat the Liverpool seaport and all the seaports you may have, whether in Amsterdam or in Israel, anywhere you have the seaport. It would have beat all of them. But they refused. They refused. It was not out of this world to do it, because the seas were there already. The seas is connected there in Iguacha. The seas are connected there in Warri. The seas are connected there, in Calabar. All the seaports was requesting. It was not out of this world. The seas are there, but they refused. And Mazinam Kano already knew that they would refuse, because he said here that it was impossible for them. They would not do it. He knew they would not do it. And that's why he was giving them that condition. And it is not something that is impossible. But they really deliberately would never want to do it, because they don't want you to enjoy the dividends of life. They don't want you to have the goodness of life. They don't want you to enjoy democracy, enjoy the blessings of God that he has given to you. They don't want it. They want you to remain in penury, continue to beg them, continue to eat from hand to mouth. That's exactly what they wanted. Let's go.
Seaport, open Calabar Seaport, make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will.
Make Enugu an international airport. There was already an airport in Enugu. Just approve it. This place, okay, international airport. If you are coming from America, fly down to Enugu. You can fly out from Enugu at the same time. Is it something that is impossible? It is not impossible. But it was impossible for them, because if they do it, then Biafra is free. They will never do it.
Build the Iguacha Enugu Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No. They're not difficult.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asarok, if you have friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away.
They ran away.
Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us.
Do you hear him? Do you hear the reason why people like Hope Uzodinjo, people like Soludo and the rest of them, the reason why they refuse to subscribe for Biafra? This is exactly what Mazinam Khan is saying. Have we told any one of them that we will buy them before they started giving license to terrorists to come to Biafra land and buy our people? Of which I bet you they must answer to it. There's no way Hope Uzodinma will never answer. He must answer. Soludo must answer to the Biafrans that were murdered under his watch. Look at what they were telling the Zoological Republic. The governors and the Southeast so-called leaders were telling them, do not leave him. Or if you leave him, if he finish fighting you, he will come and he will finish all of us. If you are doing well, will anybody come to finish you? Because you know your hands are not clean, your cupboard is full of cockroaches and skeletons, and therefore you refuse to admit the freedom of your own people. Shame on you all.
That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give them the town of money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going here in Agabiga. You won't believe it. That we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you.
Mazin Lamdekano was saying that if he tells you what he has been through, you will not understand. That it is by the strength of heaven, by the grace of Chukwu Kabiama, that we are where we are. It's not by anything. They went ahead and told many of the well-to-do Umuibo that would readily and easily support Mazin Namdekano. They will threaten them not to support. Only God knows the condition they gave them. If you help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then all your businesses in Nigeria will wreck down, will close it. We'll make a policy that you will never be able to do your business again. We'll take your license from you. And many, many threats they would have threatened our businessmen and women and our well-to-do men in America and all over the world. They may have threatened those that are outside the country. If you help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will never see your homeland again. We will send SSS after you. And many of them, because they love their lives unto death, they would succumb to the pressure of the Jew. They will succumb to the pressure of the zoo. But we love not our lives unto death. We are ready to give our lives for what we believe in. We are ready. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ready to die at any given time. He told them, even if I die now, it will come quicker.
Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Hanese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn.
Wow. You see, the criminal ambassador of the UK, then it was Catriona Leanne. Now they have someone else there. Catriona was going everywhere, went to Biafra land, started visiting the chiefs there, getting their permission and their validation to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer alive. Even the Obi Onitsha, according to our leader here, succumbed to it and said you can buy him if you like. But Atuzia, I don't know who this Atuzia is. Is it the same Atuzia that fought in the Biafra war? Atuzia told them, if anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this whole place will burn down. Blessed Atuzia, I don't know which of the Atuzia, is it the one, the veteran, or another one? He stood his ground and said, no way, you cannot do anything to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless his soul.
That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the US government been to Enugu? They go to Ohanese. I don't want to say it. They went to Ohanese and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. Miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join IPOB to do Biafra, isn't it? Did he complete what he said?
No. So it is not today that they have threatened to join Biafra if they don't get what they want. Now they were asking for restructuring, the same restructuring that Ojukwu asked for, and then they brought war on us. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that restructuring is not tenable. They will never agree. We already know. That's why today, because in their own encyclopedia or their own agreement, they have concluded that there will be nothing like restructuring. That is the reason why this bingo here that happened to be their deputy president said this.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance. Let's work for the people. Let's invest in education. Let's create jobs. All this madness will evaporate. I raise my case.
You see that? So they were asking for restructuring. Even today, there are some fools that are still believing there will be restructuring. Some idiots that heard when the Jaga bandits wrote nonsense on the media and said regional government will be visited and all that. Some idiots were clapping. If Tinubu does this, one Juliet and Ibueze was writing, if Tinubu does this, then I will support him with my whole heart. Regional government from Tinubu, a man that stole election, a man that stole everything, a man that stole certificates. He will give you regional government. And then you gave up on Biafra immediately. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Is he doing what he said he's going to do? And
I forgot to analyze, say something like this. They will threaten and say, if you don't give us restructuring, we will go and join them in Biafra. Martin Namkan is asking them here. They said they will join Biafra if they didn't get restructuring. Did they get restructuring? No. Did they come and join Biafra? No. They are all cowards. They are all criminals. They are all thieves. They are all rogues, all of them. That is why we give them a vote of no confidence. That is why we will have no mercy on them as far as Biafra is concerned.
Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? And you want me to work with these people?
And you want me to work with these people? That is what amazes me. That's what our prime minister will continue to say. You know, with all these things that they are doing, with all these things that Nigerian government is doing, with all this killing and all this massacre, you want me to be a part of this Nigeria? With all this rubbish going on, with all this their low mentality criminal ideas, you want me to be a part of this crime? Hey, Aaron.
It's not going to work. I say and I'm attached to know me. Everything I do, I say it in the open. Not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them every time they contributed to IPOB will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, being as much as I'm concerned, because I know what I've committed to this very movement.
Wow.
Not that I'll become Biafra president. No.
His idea or the reason why he's doing what he's doing is not because he's crazy for power or position to become Biafra president. No. Not because he wants to be president. Listen to the reason why he's doing this. Just listen. Very sincere and humble reason. Very genuine reason. Onyendu igade.
I'm concerned because I know what I've committed to this very movement. Not that I'll become Biafra president. No. So that I can take Nemeka and Nnabuikem back to the land of his ancestors.
Nemeka and Nnabuikem are his two sons. His two sons. His desire is to make sure he takes those two boys back to the land of their ancestors. Nemeka and Nnabuikem. And you see the reason why I had to call my son Nnamdi. You see why I had to call him Nnamdi? Because of this genuine leader, the genuine integrity, the selflessness in this man. The selflessness in this man is fighting for his children. He's a worthy character to emulate. He's the reason why today you see our prime minister ruthlessly committed to Biafra. He made promises to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he will never break. Amen. And he put his life on it. He said, instead of him to go contrary, let his mother beat him blue-black, slap him deaf and dumb. Did you hear our prime minister say that? He's committed to the vow and the pledge he made to this man, because this man here is a good man. Any day I see my boy Nnamdi, I remember this man. And I know he will leave. And by the grace of Chukwu Kabiama, he's going to be with us in Finland. By the grace of Chukwu Kabiama. Onyendu, you will be with us in Finland. The zoo have no choice because the heat we are bringing in September. The heat we are bringing in September, a bottle of cold ice water from the deep freezer of Siberia will not cool it from the zoo. You know, in Siberia, the cold in Siberia, if you empty an empty bottle like this, you pour it on the ground, within a second, it will turn to ice block. If you bring a chill water from Siberia and give to the zoo terrorists to drink, it will not cool their throat. The fire we are bringing in September, hey, nothing can quench it. Oh. I'm telling you, this September will be a September they will always remember. And the zoo will never forget this September that is coming in a hurry. Believe you me. Believe you me.
Not that I'll become Biafra president. No. So that I can take Nemeka and Nnabuike back to the land of his ancestors.
Wow.
So it's that same land that Chukwuka said, you people must be here. And then my wife, Mariano. I'm fighting for Biafra that we may be free. Thank you.
Wow. 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 Yes, it is done. And I have a guest in my room. And let's have it. Let's have it. Ezioku, please unmute yourself and give us your own submission from what you've heard so far.
Good evening, Marvin. Well done, God bless you for your good job.
Good evening.
You always do. The Almighty God will continue to strengthen you and fortify you for more grace forever. Thank you, my brother, and I also want to thank our Prime Minister Marvin Simon Ekpa Odogunwoke, the only man that says he will never allow his people to be by anymore and for his hands. I want to say, God will bless him wherever he is. Oh yes, I want to sing this song to our Mazi Nandekano, the Mahamadike, the only one that stand firm, even at the point of, they want to hold him on his throat. He said, never, it's better I buy you, that this will never happen. I so much love that man. I want to sing song for him. And at the same time, I want to take the song to our Prime Minister as well, because these are two identical twins. The Almighty God bless so much. Yaleri yoma mazika numere Biafra. Yaleni yoma mazika numere Biafra. Yaleni yoma mazika numere Biafra. Imano prudenzama asenye ego. Asenye ego. Yaleni yoma mazika numere Biafra. Yaleni yoma mazikanu negrebia France. Yaleni yoma mazikanu negrebia France. Imano brundenza ma asenye ego. Asenye ego. Yaleni yoma mazikanu negrebia France. Yaleni yoma mazikanu negrebia France. Yaleni yoma mazikanu negrebia France. Imano brundenza ma asenye ego, leni yoma mazi Simon Megredia France. Ya leni yoma mazi Simon Megredia France. Ya leni yoma mazi Simon Megredia France. Imano brundenza ma asenye ego. Yes, of course, our able leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the great man, the man that have decided that if it is not Biafra, it must be Biafra. That there is nothing that anybody will tell him that he will listen. He has decided to take it upon himself without mincing words. He has decided that he can never forsake his people. Even at the point of he said no, he will never. And I also want to thank his family, his parents, who stand shoulder to shoulder with him, even that they said that they will never give up, that wherever their son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand, it is where they will stand, whether in life or in death. And this husband and wife stand till the leave this world. These are men of integrity, women of integrity, who has never sold their conscience, and their conscience is very bright, and their conscience is whiter than snow. These men and women can never forget in a hurry. I mean, Mazina the Kano mother and Mazina the Kano father, these two men and women will never be forgotten in a hurry. Because this man and woman, they pay ultimate sacrifice, and they said they will always stand where their sons stand. These are men and women of integrity. And I want to thank God for their lives. I want to thank God wherever they are. I say, may the Almighty God continue to shower them blessings because they meant well for the people of Biafrans. And at the same time, his son, Maharana Lekano, stood strong and said he will never give up, that he will stand for what his dad and mom paid the ultimate price for. Because for him to denounce this, it's as if he just took the moms and dad out and they are slaughtered in vain. Their death will never be dead, bro. I say these men and women, I so much love them. And I want to say, Mazi, Nambikano, wherever you are, the Almighty God will continue to shelter you and give you more strength to continue this movement, because you have never gotten the point. You must continue until you get to that point. You will never give up to any reason. It doesn't matter who come and meet you in the DSS dungeon. DSS dungeon is not a place to make a decision. We cannot make any decision in that place. Our decision is waiting for us outside this zoo. That's where we make decisions, so that we make a very good decisions. That is how it is. I also want to thank our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the man that says, I will never betray my master. I will never betray the man who have educated me on how to handle this movement, never to give up, even though those who has given up because of the first place they never thought of getting freedom. These are men who came just because of their stomach. After their stomach, they came after their stomach, and their stomach have completely driving them crazy, and they continue making silly mistakes. And at the same time, they are joined their one Nigeria, and one Nigeria is dealing with them one after the other. None of them will escape from all those nonsense they did, because Biafra is our home now. If we have never reached, we must continue, because we must get there. It doesn't matter who is standing on the road. We have made up our mind. This is the period that we can never look back. Anybody that looks back is not fit for this journey. We will continue. Our brother, continue your good job. Make I not take much of your time, so that you continue to give them water. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mazi. Yeah, in fact, that was your closing remark. So I'm going to be ending it now. This is the third time I'm coming out today, and it's been a long day. Somebody is waiting and wants to say something, and I don't know. God hates ingrates. All right, please go ahead and make your point.
Hello, good evening from Pastor Van Van Van.
Good evening.
Are you hearing me clear?
Go ahead. I can hear you, and everybody can hear you.
Yes, please. I'm Mazi Obinna. I'm calling from Doha.
Wow.
I want to tell all Biafrans that Pastor Van Van Van, God will bless you. God will bless you for what you're doing. Any day I tune and listen to you. In fact, on Adam gold and dollar. You are very intelligent, super intelligent. Your exposition, oh my God. Because Chineke Gozie, Mazi Simon Eba, Prime Minister, I started following him so many years ago. Even the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you must listen to him, you must follow him, you must listen to him, you must share his program. I was listening to that day live. That thing. I didn't know, I didn't understand. Maybe we were not normal thing. Not normal, because that time was the time these DOS people now Simon he didn't swear oath, he didn't do, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw ahead of everybody. He made that declaration. Please, asim Chineke Gozegi. I don't know the topic for today. Next time I will try to know the topic. But all I want to say is that God will bless you. God will bless your son. I saw you with your son. Your son is carbon copy. That boy, the Quebec Borowegi. Carbon copy. God bless you all. God bless everybody. God bless all Biafrans. Because we are seeing it. Everybody is confirming it. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience to wait and to make this comment. Thank you so very much. Just go back and watch it and you're going to love it. This program tonight. Thank you so much. God bless you. Wow. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. And I do not take that for granted. And that, a small boy like me, I would say something and somebody would listen to it and say, it made impact in their lives. It's an encouragement, it's a badge of honor, and I do not take it for granted. I want to appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. All right, and then Mazi Louis Peter, you're welcome. I wanted to know, two brethren reached out to me that they were going to send you a message. Two of them, and they are very faithful brothers. Two of them, and I've sent them your details, and I am sure you will get a message from them. And I pray that you and your beautiful wife, though I have not seen her, but I know that every Biafran woman is a beautiful woman. So you and your beautiful wife will find it very helpful to be able to leave the den of wickedness. Our brother Peter is in a den of wickedness. So anything that will make you leave that den of wickedness, it will bring joy to my heart. I'm telling you. But my promise to you still remains, by the grace of God, just like I told you, do not fail to remind me. You will not be disturbing me when you remind me, okay? Just make a call, remind me, and then it will be done, okay? And that was just like I told you. Yeah, I will do it that way. But those two brethren that promised to message you, they are going to message you. You're going to get those messages, and I pray it will be something that will be, reasonable enough to solve some situation. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And Rita Sunday, thank you. And every one of you that have joined me tonight, I want to appreciate you. Ezioku Bondo, thank you so much. Thank you for the rendition. Your renditions are always superb. Thank you. And somebody was asking me for the African rep number. That is the person of, who was that person? Friday Mbamara. Friday Mbamara, you requested for the African rep number, and I had it posted there. Look at it. The name of the African rep is James Adinu, and the Biafra Republic government is the African rep. His phone number is there. Reach out to him and get every help you need. By the grace of God, I will do my program tomorrow. If I have the time, somebody should try and remind me to go through the reps again. For many of us need to know the numbers of these our reps. So I would like to go through them again, the way it is on our system, so that if there's any one of them you want to reach out to, you will reach out to them and get the help you need. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you all. The Lord be gracious unto you and give you peace. I love you all. But I lost you more. Until I see you again tomorrow, Muchineke, catch your phone. Thank you.
The Biafra government, if they don't understand what government is all about, Biafra government is completely in charge of Biafra land. The de facto government and the government in exile controls the entire Biafra territory. And for that reason, we ban every checkpoint. And when we continue to say, when we ban checkpoint, stay away from checkpoint, because the day it will happen, nobody will tell you. Anybody crying today that they kill military in Aba, you are an idiot. The people that were killed in Aba are terrorists, and that's exactly what they are. They have killed Biafrans enough, and we applaud whoever that did it. It is a military that are infiltrated by terrorists, and terrorists they are. We have seen the killings of Biafrans for many, many decades, and nobody has, done anything about the killings of Biafra people. And like we continue to say, anywhere you are in Biafra land representing Nigeria, carrying gun, as a military, as a police, as any security agent under Nigeria, in Biafra land, Biafra does not belong to you. You are staying there illegally, and you'll be treated like a terrorist because that's what you are. This is the order of the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. We have Biafra Defense Forces that are taking care of all the security situation in our land. Our target is to make sure we neutralize every armory of Nigeria within Biafra territory, because that's where power to commit terrorism, out of terrorism against Biafra people are happening. We have been warning about Obinze, because there they have freezer where the body parts of Biafrans are being kept. One day they will wake up and Obinze is gone. I swear to God. One day they will wake up, Obinze is gone.
Any place I stand is where I stand. I don't shift left and right. I stand where I stand until the end. Any place I stand is where I stand. I don't shift left and right. I stand where I stand until the end. Any place